Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets, your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Monday, March 31st, basketball. We've got a little bit of college to get into. Also, big slate in the NBA. Yes, we still are at the hospital, like day 4. So if all of you out there sending your well wishes, greatly appreciate it, but we don't want to miss action time here as there's plenty of it. We already sent out the baseball show last night, as there's a bunch going on there as well. We got a bunch of basketball. Let's get into it. CIT tournament we've got at 3 Eastern, Utah and Butler. Two teams that are probably pretty equal here. Butler, Utah 1.5 point favorite, 156.5 total. If Utah does get hot from 3, they should be able to smash in this game. That's kind of what we're anticipating here. We'll take Utah money line first half and Utah money line for the game. This line has switched. It was Butler minus 1.5 earlier on. Next game up, George Washington, Boise State at 5:30 Eastern time. Boise State laying 8.5. That might be a little bit too big a line there for Boise. I think this is a game they probably win by 5 or 6, but 8.5 is getting up there to kind of cover that. We like George Washington plus the points here. Give us George Washington plus 4.5 first half, plus 8.5 for the game. And then we have Arizona State, Nebraska. So at 8:30 Eastern time, been behind Nebraska a bunch this year. Unfortunately, this year was not last year where they were a cover machine. Arizona State, on the other hand, has troubles getting out of their own way. So I can understand the 5.5 point line here. We're gonna take the Sun Devils and Arizona State with the points though. Arizona State plus 3 first half and plus 5.5 for the game. Now we really haven't messed with the women's tournament too much in the NCAA tournament. There is one game we're focused on today. They should have two pretty good games. TCU and Texas is the early game. The one we're looking at is going to be the late game, 9 o'clock Eastern time. UConn USC. Would have loved to seen this with Juju Watkins. Unfortunately, Juju was not available. Tears the ACL. This line, though, is a monster. So just out of pure pride, I don't know if they can get this. If USC are going to allow this to get this far out of control at 14.5. So we're going to take the points here with the USC women plus 8.5 first half and plus 14.5 for the game. Now we get over to the NBA. Pacers Kings. This line started off around 5, now up to 5.5. Pacers at home, 233 total. Neither team really wants to play much defense, and neither team really wants to rebound except for Sabonis. 7:10 Eastern time game here. We'll lay it with the Pacers. Them being at home, it's only 5. We got it at 5, which is basically a key number there. We like that. Pacers minus 1.5 first quarter, 2.5 first half, 5 for the game. Aaron Nesmith, as Mathurin is out in this game. Just a reminder from the information that we got. So we'll take Nesmith 13 plus points. Halliburton 11 plus assists, and the fact that Indiana is still one of the worst rebounding teams out there. Sabonis 13 plus rebounds. Next game up, Miami Heat, Washington Wizards. Woo, this should be a barn burner, right? 7:10 Eastern time. Heat up, favored by 9, 215.5 on the road in DC. And this one, this has got ugly written all over it. And normally, what do the Heat do in ugly games? They win and cover. We got this thing at 8, so the line continues to rise. Heat minus 2.5 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 8 for the game. Jordan Poole, I know he's getting limited minutes, but 14 plus points, really? Okay. 3 plus 3s and 4 plus 3s. We'll take our chances there. I think he gets 4 threes, finishes probably at 14 points, covers the whole sheet there. Next game up. Also 7:10 Eastern time, as there's a lot of games tipping off around that time. Clippers and the Magic. Magic have been playing pretty well. Clippers have been back and forth on this road trip a little bit. They're actually laying 2.5 here in Orlando. 209.5 total. So definitely a low total here. On this one to keep in mind there. We like the Clippers, in this spot again. Clippers minus a half first quarter, half first half, and 2 for the game. James Harden, 22 plus points, 3 plus 3s, and Harden for 3 plus 4 plus 3s, and then let's see here, Norman Powell, who's kind of easing himself back into the lineup after that injury kept him out several weeks. 3 plus 3s as well. Next game up on the board. At 7:10 Eastern time, we'll finally get out of that window. We've got the Jazz and the Hornets. Two lottery teams to this game. Really? I've only got one play in this game. Hornets are actually favored in the game, which I can't hardly believe, but it is the Jazz, right? We've just got one whopping play, and that's going to be Collier for the Jazz under 6.5 assists in that one. That we should have probably even stayed away from that bet in that game. There's nothing fun to watch in that game at all. Just cross it off your list that it even exists. 7:40 Eastern time, Celtics at the Grizzlies. So Memphis, Ja Morant's supposed to be back. This could interrupt a little bit of flow they got going. Celtics started to play better here. It's still who's going to play and who's not, right? People were sitting out. Tatum's had the ankle issue. Brown had an issue before that. Derek White and Porzingis, Drew Holiday have all had their little things going on all season long. Let's see if the Celtics are going to try to put like the last 6 to 8 games together full health. Celtics line was 4.5, hasn't now moved to 5. Apologize for the video camera sliding there. We like the Celtics in this spot here. Minus 1.5 first quarter, 2.5 first half, 4.5 for the game. Ja Morant coming back under 23.5 points, under 1.5 threes for Ja Morant for us. Derek White, 16 plus points, 4 plus threes, and we'll also sprinkle a shade on 5 plus threes as well. Next game up, Bulls and the Thunder. Could be a pretty exciting matchup here with the Thunder probably smoking them, but Thunder at home, favored by 15-ish. 238.5 total, was 239 earlier. Obviously, some people think that's it's a big total. We still like that. We like the Thunder to get 130 of this, at least. So if that's the case, we just need the Bulls to score? Buck 10, and I think we're well home on this one. So give us Thunder Bulls over 59.5 first quarter, 119.5 first half, 239 for the game. Thunder over 128.5 team total. And then we got some player props here for you, both sides. Chet Holmgren, 16 plus points. I'd love to play SGA, but he's on damn near 35 points now. It's getting tough to play him. There's not a lot of upside there. SGA, 2 plus threes. Kobe White, 24 plus points. 3 plus threes. And 4 plus threes. The 3 threes is juicy, but it's basically about everywhere over 2.5. Watch that line there. If that continues to stay around that number, I don't know, almost feels like they're trying to lure you in on Kobe White threes. I know that OKC can play some defense, but I expect this game to be up and back and forth, up and down, so he should have some wide open looks. Next game up, Nets, Mavs. Nets on the road, 9. This is probably a spot to play the Nets plus the points, but we're going to stay away from that. Supposedly Anthony Davis is supposed to be back tonight as well. 217.5 total in this one. And that one, just player props for us in this one here in particular. We're going to go PJ Washington, 16 plus points. AD's back, hopefully, so 25 plus points for AD and 11 plus rebounds. Then we get into our favorite game of the night, Rockets-Lakers. Rockets coming off the back-to-back. They scored $140 and some change last night. Now playing the Lakers in L.A., 223.5 total. Rockets were getting 5, now down to 4.5. The Rockets are a good team. And, this isn't playoff time yet. They could treat this like a playoff game, but it's not a series where you're making a bunch of moves back and forth. Rockets plus 1.5 first quarter, 3 first half, 5 for the game. Jalen Green, 22 plus points. Sengun, 20 plus points. Luka, 30 plus points. We're also going to play Jalen Green, 3 plus threes and 4 plus threes. Luka for 4 plus threes and 5 plus threes. And then Albert Sengun, 10 plus rebounds. The reason for Sengun on this matchup is because the Lakers have no size in the interior. So he should be looking at some pretty easy baskets and some, I would think, pretty easy rebound opportunities. Jalen Green, who we've went with almost the entire year. Luka's been really good, except for the last game was just a shade off, and it wasn't anything in particular he was doing. Still got to 25, 8, and 8. Just didn't get to that 30-point mark, but should be one hell of a game to finish up the night. All right, so we just went through a bunch of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem at all. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok and YouTube channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Once you click on that link, go to the Basketball 2024-2025 tab. Scroll all the way down to March 31st. Yes, you will have to go through the whole season to get down there. Scroll down there. You'll see all the bets that we made, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at as well. And then obviously the result once everything's all finished up. Do you like the content that you're seeing here and like to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe depending on the social media platform you're watching us on. And we'll show up in your follow or subscriptions tab when we drop a new episode of bets, which will give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you the ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. Also, we do have private Discord channel available for all of you out there. Yes, it is a few bucks per month. If you're wagering over $100 total per month, it's worth a few dollar investment, whether you're a novice or been doing this quite a while. Well over 100 members throw ideas out. We answer questions a lot faster there as well. So if you got a question on whether I should play this, or this, because I understand not everybody's going to play the whole list, feel free to reach out there as well. You can get us a lot quicker going through that way as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.